There's no way for me to prepare you for what I am about to tell you, so I'm just going to go right into it. At the start of the coronavirus pandemic, Donald Trump's Secretary of Health and Human Services, Alex Azar, put a labradoodle breeder in charge of the day-to-day coronavirus response. Let me say that again. Alex Azar tasked Brian Harrison, whose experience was in breeding dogs, labradoodles specifically, a crossbreed between a Labrador retriever and a poodle, in charge of the day-to-day coronavirus response. We, of course, now know that CDC and FDA, both of which are overseen by HHS and Alex Azar, they failed to come up with a good coronavirus test for more than 5 weeks. Other countries were rapidly developing effective tests during that time. HHS was slow to let the public know what was going on. HHS was slow to distribute PPE, including masks, that healthcare workers around the country needed. They were a disaster. And now we've learned that Alex Azar selected a former labradoodle breeder, Brian Harrison, to be in charge of a lot of that day-to-day response. This is beyond parody. And it actually reminded me of, remember during Hurricane Katrina and George W. Bush, the head of FEMA was a guy named Michael Brown who completely bungled the response. He had been commissioner of the judges and stewards. He was the judges and stewards commissioner for the International Arabian Horse Association. And while he was in that position, that organization was the target of a bunch of different lawsuits because of the things that Michael Brown did. And Bush made that guy head of FEMA. And we saw how that worked out during Katrina. That's what I was reminded of when I learned that a former labradoodle breeder was in charge of the coronavirus response. Now, I want to be really clear. You've got concern trolls coming out of the woodwork saying dog breeder is being used as an insult. This guy had also held positions in government. If you look at his biography, it is very vague. It shows nothing other than bouncing around government agencies, which only raises more questions about his competence. And they don't even say he was a dog breeder. His government bio says he ran a small business, which suggests that they're not exactly keen on playing up his labradoodle credentials. They're supposed to recruit experts. That's the issue. If you said you need a roofer, and I say I've got a guy who bred labradoodles, you don't hire that guy to fix your roof, right? He could be a great labradoodle breeder, but you don't hire him to fix your roof. If you say we have a pandemic, we need somebody to head up the response, you don't hire a dog breeder. You don't hire a roofer. You don't hire an accountant, even if they are competent in those fields. It has nothing to do with making fun of dog breeding. It has everything to do with this administration is constantly putting the wrong people in the wrong posts while publicly saying we did everything perfectly. No one could have done anything better. Brian Harrison has no background in public health, and we're dealing with a public health crisis. Brian Harrison has no background in management, and he was supposed to manage the coronavirus response. Brian Harrison has no background in medicine, and we're dealing with a virus that causes respiratory illness. Just give me a break, guys. You know, the Trumpists will defend anything and everything that this administration does, and they are now defending this selection. Just chalk it up as a loss. Take it as, say, you know what? They shouldn't have had a doodle breeder running coronavirus response, even for an hour, never mind a few days or however long it was. You don't have to defend this guy. If you ever feel like you just don't have enough time to read all the books you want to read, you have to check out one of my favorite apps called Blinkist. Blinkist takes thousands of popular nonfiction books and distills each one down into an ebook or audiobook that you can get through in just 15 minutes, where you're getting all the key takeaways from the book. Just imagine how you'll be able to expand your horizons and knowledge by being able to soak up all of the important insights from 10 different books in an afternoon. Obviously, it's perfect for exposing yourself to a new book you otherwise wouldn't have time for, or you can use it to revisit a book you've already read, or use it to preview a book before you buy the full version and read it. I recently read A Brief History of Time, of course, by the great Stephen Hawking. This is a book that I have been aware of for so long, and other things got in the way, and it was fantastic to check it out on Blinkist. Blinkist has books on politics, philosophy, science. They have 27 different nonfiction categories, and a subscription is only about $8 a month, and you get the entire library. But you can try it totally free and get 25% off a subscription when you go to Blinkist.com/Pakman. I've put the link right underneath this video.